Welcome back to this weekend's edition of This Week in Agribusiness. We're right in the middle of the meeting season, the learning season, and one buzz among farmers again this winter is what that carbon market can do for them. What kind of income could it mean for the farm? There are some new names operating in that space. Seems like we hear a new corporate name about every day. One that we've been hearing from is the Agoro Carbon Alliance. Todd Carlton is with them. I talked with him the other day and I asked him, how does a farmer qualify the farm?
We go through the steps of what are the practices that you can participate in and what they mean to you economically. It's actually pretty simple for as complex as the carbon markets are.
What do you say to the producer who might ask you whether they should wait? I mean, I remember a grower asking me a couple of years ago, should I get involved in this right now? And I said, well, let's wait till the dust settles a little bit. But what do you tell people, Todd?
Yeah, that's a very big question, and it has an impact on an operation. What I say is if you are already walking down the path to implement some of these practices, get on now, because you actually might disqualify yourself by changing some of these things that improve soil health. So honestly, it's something, if you think it's a fit, you should jump on now, because waiting honestly disqualifies you sometimes.
Can you stack this with other programs?
You can, and even the credits themselves can be stacked. The one thing that you cannot do is double dip. So
the same acreage.
Yeah, you can't sign up for us and say one of our competitors, because that could be considered double dipping. But with government programs, there is the possibility.
What about the grower who might have some data concerns about it being used for the third-party uses?
Yeah, so that's a very big concern, considering how important data is these days. What I tell them is look at our statement for data privacy, considering that we're based out of Norway as a global company. The standards and restrictions that we have placed on data are incredible compared to the U.S. And so because we are a pure play company, we have no other need for the data except for auditing processes.
I mentioned to Todd Carlton, I've been hearing from some crop producers that the values in the carbon market just aren't all that impressive right now. He said if you have range or pasture land especially, take a look at what's available there. The economics, he said, aren't that bad at the moment. I also visited with Anastasia Pavlovic of the Agoro Carbon Alliance. I asked her about the permanence of this market. Will it be around a while?
It's definitely here to stay. I think many iterations and changes of the market over time, and it's obviously had its ups and downs, but I think the commitment from so many global companies is real, and I think it's here to stay with us in the ag industry.
Are there meaningful financial gains to be had here by producers?
There are, and I think a range of flexible options, right? And it depends on your farm. I think one of the things we see is that people kind of have heard rumors or preconceived notions, and they worry that they're not eligible, they don't know what it would mean for them. You really have to, take the time to dig in and see what it could mean for you.
We thank Anastasia Pavlovic and Todd Carlton for answering some of our questions about that carbon market. You probably, as a producer, have many more. You can go to their website to see some more questions answered at agorocarbonalliance.com.